What's good to everyone? My name is Money Mitch and welcome to my first video. So in this video I'll be doing a Q&A with some of the questions that you guys asked on Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat. And disclaimer, this video might be everywhere, but actually got a couple more questions from the first time I filmed in this video. So yeah, let's get this started. The first question is, what is your full name? My full name is Mitch Vincent Victor Juarez. The reason why I hesitated there actually was that throughout my whole elementary school year, middle school year, and high school, I always thought my middle name was Vincente. And then when I decided to go get a car and get my driver's license and all that, I was filling out the form and I turned to a lady at the DMV. She was like, "Oh, you gotta put the name that is on the birth certificate." And so I was like, that is my name, like Mitch Vincente Juarez. And she was like, "No, it says Mitch Vincent Victor." I was like, "Oh." And so right now, currently on my high school diploma, it says Mitch Vincente Juarez. And so my dad's like, "Why doesn't it say Mitch Vincent Victor Juarez?" I was like, "Who knows?" And so, yeah, that's a little bit awkward. But yeah, that's my name. How old are you, and when is your birthday? I'm currently 21 years old, and my birthday is on January 22nd, the same day as Logic. Okay, good, that was cringy. But yeah, I'm 21 years old, and so it's pretty cool. Do you have a job, and do you go to school? No, I'm actually currently unemployed, but I am a full-time student at Modesto Junior College. There go Pirates. I don't know why I keep dabbing. If you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be? If I could only watch one movie for the rest of my life, I either have to go with McFarlane or 50 First Dates. I don't know, you're like, really? 50 First Dates? I gotta just say that movie, like, it's so unique that a guy constantly lets a girl fall in love with them every day after she forgets by, and it's just like a super romantic movie, and I've seen it at least 20, 30 times along with McFarlane, and I found McFarlane so interesting, and like, I did cross country in high school, so I always was like, oh, like, this, I wish there was like a movie like that. And then McFarlane came out, I was like, oh, this is such an inspirational movie. And just like throughout the movie, like, it gets better and better, and it's just one of those movies, like, I was like, I gotta keep watching. But for myself, making those two decisions are really hard. Yeah, but I watch a lot of movies, and so yeah, I had to like precise myself on it. Your favorite shows or movies on Netflix? Favorite shows or movies on Netflix? I gotta say the top ones I'm way into are The Office, The Flash, The Good Place, even though it's on Hulu now too. What else am I into? I'm really into On My Block, which is super underrated, and you guys should watch it because season 2 just came out. What else do I watch? For movies, I was way into How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, like Matthew McConaughey. The Notebook. And I know, like, oh, guys shouldn't be into romantic movies. Well, I am. Like, romantic movies is like right next to action movies, like a lot with the Marvel movies. But yeah, that movie, To All the Boys I Loved Before is a good one. What's another good movie that I watched the other day a lot? I watch a lot on Netflix, so yeah. But yeah, I watch a lot of stuff in there, and like, also one of the favorite TV shows I really like was the show Love. Like, I watched that show at least 4 or 5 times in a row. And it's only 3 seasons, and so it got canceled. And I'm like, really? But it had a good ending, and so you guys should watch that show too. All right. If you can interview anyone dead or alive, who would it be, and what would you ask them? Oh, this is an easy one, but also a hard one. I gotta say, Logic. Yeah, Logic. Because he's just an inspirational person, and I really want to meet him one day. And so many questions pop in my head to ask him. Like, it's like, how do you like create 1-800? Like, how do you create all these like awesome songs that have messages behind them? Like, how how much does of an impact do you know or have when fans come up to you and be like you saved my life, and um, just basically like they tell you their inspiration, like how does that make you feel inside? And obviously like they'll be like, oh good, but like I I I know that's basic. But yeah, and then I guess another question is like, how do you deal with the depression and anxiety? Because like for a while I dealt with those stuff, and seeing an artist going through that, like obviously they have it harder too with all the paparazzi and always invading their life. But yeah, that would be a few of the questions. Just like, how do you make it out of your childhood? Because like he was from a Section A, like his father abused drugs completely, and so it's kind of insane. But yeah, there's so many things I could ask Logic. But yeah, I think that would be the person I would interview and ask those questions about. Okay, next question. These questions get a little serious, but then I'll end up on a light note, so don't worry. Next question. What was your childhood like? So first part of my childhood, it was eight, I guess. Like I just used to run around naked, I guess. I guess clothes didn't fit on me, or I didn't like wearing them. Who knows? My mom told me that. But then I would like watch Blue's Clues or Backyardigans or even that creepy show Teletubbies. But that was like one of the things that I really enjoyed, I guess. And then as I got older, things got to get more serious. Like my father was abusive and alcoholic. And so that kind of took a toll on my family, and then eventually my father did get out of the picture, and that kind of turned things worse for my brother. And my brother wasn't in a good place, and so at school, I was always the kid who's like, oh, like, that's your brother? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're the brother of that tantrum kid? And I'm like, he's not that bad. I was like, he was never like this before. And so I had that like, oh, like that's your brother, and I always had to take care of him. But I never felt that outside. Like I loved him obviously, and I knew what he was going through because I was going through the same thing. And then as I got older, like my dad became into the picture, but like all the family stuff um, just got worse. I'm not gonna get into details as much as this is the first video, but things just things just hit me hard, and like I have this one experience that it's hard for me to talk about, kind of. I've talked about it with a lot of people and been open about it more the past 2 or 3 years, but it was just tough. I'm not trying to get emotional, so yeah, just my life was rough, and a lot of people come up to me like, "How the heck do you make it out?" I was like, it's the music I listen to, it's the writing I do, and it's also family and friends. Because suicide is no option. I've never thought about that, or like I've thought about it, but like I actually never thought about doing something. Um, yeah, I just my childhood was hard, but it's like it's not gonna be my excuse like, oh, I didn't do this because this, and I'm not about that, and so yeah. Alright, now we're gonna get into the lighter side now. Um, what is your favorite sport, and what sports do you watch? So my favorite sports are obviously basketball, football, and somewhat baseball. Football, I'm way more into college football than actual football, and so yeah, and I'm a big Buckeyes fan. But after the past few years, with all the allegations, I'm like, but I also root for them, even though like when the allegations happen, like I don't support that person anymore. Um, yeah, and then for basketball, I'm a huge Warriors fan. Steph Curry is like one of my idols, and actually on his basketball shoes, he write, "I can do all things," which actually I got tattooed right here. Um, and like I really love watching the Warriors and like watching Steph Curry play a lot. And then baseball, I'm a Dodgers fan, sadly, and I really want them to fire Coach Dave Roberts. But you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Even though they've been to two World Series and choked because of the coach or manager, but who knows? But yeah, those are the few sports and teams I watch. All right. Who are your favorite artists and bands, and what is your favorite songs at the moment? My favorite artists right now are obviously Logic, NF, 21 Pilots, Billie Eilish, Nightly, and Halsey. I know that's like a weird mix, but yeah, Logic and F are like my top two. Logic just he like how I mentioned in my previous comment, he saved a lot of people's life, and he was one of those that saved my life. And I can't thank him enough. And same with NF, like NF's music is so sad, but it's also therapeutic. So I'm really thankful for that. And then and that's another one I forgot. It's Coldplay too. But Coldplay and 21 Pilots are like my favorite bands ever. And like the message that 21 Pilots put, like Tyler and Josh, like I feel, and like all the time, like I think they're the only band know like every song by heart. And so I really like them. And then Coldplay, I've been a big fan, and I was excited when I saw them 2 years ago. And I'll put a picture right here. Um, but yeah, I was really excited to see them. And then Billie Eilish, like her new album's incredible. And same with Halsey, like her new song with Young Blood. Hopefully that relation doesn't have, because I really like Him and I by her and Jeezy. And Jeezy, thank God I don't listen to anymore. And so, yeah, that's that's another whole avenue. Alright. But one question is, what is it like to be Logic's twin? I'm kind of not like Logic because, like, as you can see, I have hair. Or now he has hair too, but his is more curlier. And then also I got like a beard. And the only thing that makes me look like Logic is my glasses. Which is right here. But yeah, and another question I also got was, what is your favorite Logic song? So right now, actually, my favorite Logic song right now is, I gotta say, Bohemian Rhapsody or DeLorean. Those two are vibes, and so yeah. And the last question is, what made you want to do a channel? So the reason why I started this whole thing is that I watch a lot of YouTubers such as Mayan Elijah, Justin Gabriel, Tanner Stewart and Alyssa Kulani, Neebs Gaming, and I used to watch Hannah Malaki. I think that's how you say their name. Yeah, I think that's how you say her name. I watched a lot of their videos, and they seem to inspire a lot of people, and I want to be that person because like I write music for a reason, and like a lot of my music I have a message behind it, and like I want to inspire people, and I want to do the same thing with these videos. And that's why, like with the Q&A, like I share some personal stuff that way if you guys want to talk about that stuff, like I'm willing to talk about it with you guys. And yeah, and like I just want to be not people's entertainment, but also just entertain people with some of my rapping, because a lot of times at parties and fun events, people are like, oh, like Mitch, rap, like Money Mitch, rap. I'm like, and so, and like, that's where Money Mitch came up from, is because I posted a video one time and it popped off, and so and a couple of my friends like, why don't you do videos like that anymore? And so I might do some of those videos, and I think it'd be a cool thing to start a YouTube channel, and so that's the reason why I'm gonna do it. Alright, that's all the questions, and so thank you guys for watching this video. If you like it, hit that like button down below, and also if you aren't subscribed, subscribe, because I plan to have a lot of fun things planned ahead for you guys. And also, any ideas you guys have for any videos that you want me to do, just put them in the comments down below too. And I hope you guys have a good day and stay Gucci.